I think most people don't realize how easy it is to hide feelings. You don't need to lie. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to act. You just stay quiet. Keep a straight face. Nod. Smile at the right moments. Say, "I'm fine," when you're not. And just like that, your real feelings disappear behind a mask even you start believing. That used to be my entire life.
Growing up, I learned early that feelings were too much, too loud, too heavy, too complicated. My family wasn't bad. They weren't cruel. But emotions weren't welcome. If I cried, I was told to toughen up. If I was angry, I was told to calm down. If I was sad, I was told I was overreacting. So I learned the lesson every kid in my situation learns. Feelings equals weakness. Silence equals strength. And I became really, really good at silence. You know what people loved about me? I was chill, easygoing, always calm, never complains. No one ever asked why. Because people don't question perfection when it makes their lives easier.
Calm and emotional. By the time I was a teenager, I could hide anything. Anger, fear, loneliness, stress, everything. My face became a mask I wore effortlessly. A friend betrayed me. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Someone broke my trust. No big deal. I was hurting. I'm fine. Somebody walked all over my boundaries. It's whatever. But every time I swallowed my emotions, something inside me tightened. Something small but sharp. Something that grew heavier with time. I didn't see it then, but hiding feelings doesn't make them disappear. It just buries them, deep enough to poison you slowly.
I think the first time I realized something was wrong was when I fell in love. She was the first person who ever tried to understand me. Like, really understand me. Not the surface version. Not the guy everyone assumed I was. She wanted to know the real me. The part I didn't show anyone. But the problem was, I didn't know how to let her. Every time she asked, "What's on your mind?" I shrugged. Nothing. When she asked, "What's wrong?" I said, "It's fine." When she said, "You can talk to me," I replied, "I don't want to bother you." But the truth was, I didn't know how to be vulnerable. I didn't know how to let someone in. I didn't know how to take off the mask I had worn my entire life. She would look at me, searching my eyes for something real, and I would give her a polished expression that told her nothing. She didn't leave right away. She tried, for a long time. But eventually, she got tired of being with a man who felt like a locked door. She needed connection. I needed safety. And I confused emotional numbness with safety. When she walked away, she didn't slam the door. She didn't scream. She just said one sentence that stayed with me for years. "I love you, but I don't feel you." And that broke me in a way I didn't admit for a very long time.
A few months after she left, everything seemed normal on the outside. I worked out, I smiled, I hung out with friends. I cracked jokes, I looked fine, I acted fine. But inside, I felt nothing. Like my emotions had died and left an echo chamber inside my chest. Then one night, out of nowhere, my body decided it had enough. I had my first panic attack.
I thought I was dying. My heart was racing, my hands were shaking, my breath didn't feel like air, my mind felt like it was tearing itself apart. And the scariest part wasn't the attack, it was the thought, why am I feeling this now? What triggered it? Nothing triggered it. That was the truth. It wasn't one moment. It was years of suppressed emotions coming out all at once because I didn't let them come out slowly. You can hide your feelings, but they will find a way to break out, even if it destroys you in the process.
After that night, I knew something had to change. I couldn't live the rest of my life pretending I didn't feel things, pretending I wasn't human, pretending silence was strength. I started reading, learning, listening to people who talked about emotional health, mental resilience, trauma, healing. And one thing hit me harder than anything else. Hiding your feelings doesn't protect you. It isolates you. It kills connection. It kills love. It kills you. For the first time, I looked at myself honestly, and I didn't like what I saw. Not because I was broken, but because I had built a life around hiding.
One day, I stood in front of a mirror in my small apartment, hair messy, hoodie half-zipped, eyes tired. I stared at myself for a long time, and then I cried. Really cried. Not silent tears, not controlled breathing. I cried in a way I hadn't cried since I was a child. It was messy. It was loud. It was ugly, but it was real. And for the first time in my life, I didn't wipe the tears away. I let them fall. I let the pain come. I let the years of silence spill out. When it was over, I wasn't magically healed, but I felt lighter, clearer, more human. That was the day I promised myself I would never hide my feelings again. Not for society, not for pride, not for fear, not even for love.
I started small. When someone asked me, "How are you?" I didn't say good. I said, "I'm having a tough day, but I'm trying." When a friend hurt me, I didn't shut down. I said, "That bothered me." When I felt anxious, I didn't pretend everything was normal. I said, "I'm overwhelmed right now." When I was happy, I didn't hide it. I let myself smile. I let myself enjoy it. When I liked someone, I told them, even if it scared me. And you know what happened? The world didn't fall apart. People didn't leave. I didn't lose respect. Instead, I gained real connection, real trust, real conversations, real relationships. I became someone people felt safe around because I was finally being human.
Because hiding didn't protect me. It only trapped me. Because silence didn't make me strong. It made me numb. Because pretending didn't build connection. It destroyed it. Because I didn't want to lose another person I loved to my own emotional walls. Because I deserved to be real. Because I deserved to feel. Because I deserved to live with an open heart, not a locked one. And most importantly, because feeling is what makes us alive. Not perfect, not invulnerable. Alive. I stopped hiding my feelings because they were never the enemy. Silence was. Thank you for listening.